So it seems Apple is teasing us about these new iMacs because right after we got that leak in some Xcode crash log, we now have reference within the latest macOS Big Sur 11.3 beta that yes, Apple has two new iMacs in the works and they could be launching very soon. We also have a hint towards a new Apple TV launching pretty soon in tvOS 14.5 beta and how Apple could be getting rid of the Siri remote. So yes, I'm undoubtedly very excited about this news, and so without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so we had a lot of interesting stuff in the code of the latest betas, and the most interesting one out of them all is of course this reference to two new iMacs, specifically the iMac 21,1 and the iMac 21,2. We also have some code names for these new iMacs, which are J456 and J457, which, by the way, Mark Gurman told us would be the code names for the new iMacs in a previous report. Now, the question that comes to mind is which iMacs are being referred to in this beta? Well, of course, the logical answer would be the 24-inch and 32-inch iMac, but as I've said in the past, I don't think we're seeing the bigger iMac anytime soon, and since these iMacs have been referred to in code, I'm assuming these models are launching pretty soon, and so my thinking is that these iMacs in codes are referring to the two variants of the 24-inch iMac we could see. Why do I think this? Well, if you take a look at the 21.5-inch lineup right now, the 1080p base model and the 4K higher-end model have different code names. For example, the 1080p model is the iMac A14X and the 4K model is the iMac 19,2. And so I do think this leak could suggest we see M1 on the base iMac, possibly to replace the aging 1080p model at around $1,100 right now, and then the higher spec versions of the 21.5-inch iMac come with M1X. And I'm pretty sure we could see variations in the display quality. Maybe we see 5K on, of course, the higher-end machines and 4K on the base model. That is also plausible, but ultimately I do think we're seeing two variations of the 24-inch iMac in spring, possibly at some sort of April event. And yes, I know this goes against some pretty credible sources who claim that the iMacs should be launching towards the end of the year, but like I've mentioned in other videos, we've had so many tidbits here and there suggesting a release is pretty imminent. For example, the 21.5-inch iMac with 512 and 1TB of storage was discontinued. We also saw, of course, John Prosser claiming the iMac could be ready to go and could be shipping way sooner than we initially thought. And also China Times believes the iMac is coming out in spring of 2021. And so now, with the Xcode crash log that showcased a new Apple Silicon iMac is somewhere in Apple's HQ, and also now this leak in beta showcasing two models have clearly been in the works, it just leads me to believe that the release is pretty imminent. Another major hint that could suggest a pretty imminent launch are the shipping times on Apple's site, because as you can see, the 21.5-inch iMac ships on the 8th of April at the earliest, and usually when shipment dates start to slip, that could signify that we are seeing a replacement to that lineup pretty soon. In fact, John Prosser says a possible date for the April event could be the 6th, and of course, if we do see the iMac at the event, I would expect it to ship around that date, and so the fact that you can't get a 21.5-inch iMac till the 8th does actually make a lot of sense if we see the iMacs at the April event. However, do note, at the time of filming, the 27-inch iMac is ready to ship on the 29th, and basically that tells me that the bigger 32-inch iMac isn't launching anytime soon, and we should see it debut later in the year. Anyways, let's move on to the Apple TV. This is something we've been hearing about for a long time now. We've known this has been ready to ship for over a year, but for some reason it's still not out. But today we have some hints that maybe the Apple TV is launching pretty soon, because in tvOS 14.5 beta, Apple removes any mention of the Siri remote, and also changes the name Home button to TV button. Now yes, I know this isn't the biggest leak in the world, but I think this could be referring to a new remote coming to the next Apple TV, because we have heard in the past that maybe we could see a redesigned remote with some Find My capabilities, and so possibly Apple's thinking of getting rid of the Siri remote and instead giving us a new remote that should be a little easier to use. Because that's the thing about these Siri remotes we have today, it's a pretty polarizing item, with some loving it, but some hating it, and I'm in the latter of the two camps. And so, yeah, I would appreciate Apple redesigning the Siri remote and making it more comfortable to use. As for the other term, TV button, I'm not sure what that could mean. Possibly it could refer to some tweak we could see on the new remote, but other than that, I'm not too sure. But guys, at least we finally have some references to a possible new Apple TV, because I know a lot of people who have been waiting for this for a long time now, and so hopefully we do see it launch at a possible April event. But tell me in the comments below, are you planning to buy the Apple TV or the iMac, or even both? Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the icon above about the iPad Pro and how we have some leaked cases and also some codes referring to the A14X. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.